Okay, we are live and welcome to our performance seminar for this is Wednesday the 7th of May. And tonight looks like we have one performer with us, Miss Janvi. So Janvi, you know the deal. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Do you want me to turn on my camera or?
Yes, please. Yeah,
Okay.
you're the star of the show. You got it to me.
Um, sorry.
There you
Hi,
go.
my name
Hello.
is John Meat and I'm performing Fantasy Etude number 1. Okay, let me check if my original sound is on. Okay. Is it okay if I start now?
Please. Well done. Much improved, Miss Janvi. Much improved. Well, you've been living this piece now for a couple of months. What do you feel are the improvements now compared to last time?
Um, I think it's a lot more smooth and I'm a lot more confident when I'm playing the piece.
Yeah, for shushing. Like
Yeah,
now that you've
like
run it, what's your takeaway? And if you're preparing this for the live concert, how much more work do you need to do, and what exactly do you need to do?
I need to work on the dynamics more. I need to make it more flowy and I need to make sure like and then the ending part where it goes. I have to make sure my fingers don't skid. And
Right.
then I have to also make it more like confident. I mean, it was more confident than last time, but it could definitely be 10 times better.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the important thing is that you're progressing, right? You're definitely progressing.
Yeah.
You're definitely progressing, and the other can be that has a lot of stuff that can just jump out at you.
Hmm.
And then the last page, just don't rush. That's it.
Yeah.
Rush.
Okay.
Ooh, one step closer though. Does it feel nice to
Hmm.
be able to? So you play that completely by memory.
Yeah.
Wow, good for you. Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, so I reckon just continue polishing it, and then it should be ready for the honors concert next month in
Okay.
June.
For sure,
Yeah?
for sure. Yeah.
Excellent. All right, let's continue. Arush. Are you there, Arush?
Well,
Hello. It's nice to see you. Hello. All right. Arush, when you're ready, go ahead and introduce yourself and what you're going to play.
I'm Arush Jaswani, and I'm going to be playing the piece Ballad.
Nice. And who's it by?
It's by I forgot who it's by. It's not like written on the piece or anything.
Ah, Bergmuller.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. All right. All right, when you're ready. Well done, Mr. Arush. So something to keep in mind is that the left-hand notes here are the same. The left and the right-hand notes are the same for this chord, and this chord. And the left-hand note is C and E flat in the left hand, yeah? Middle C and E flat, and then the right-hand note is G and C,
Yeah.
right? And then it just repeats. One,
Yeah.
two, one, two, one, two, and then the chord,
I
right?
kind of like blanked out on the end. I like forgot the notes.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. This is why we do these performance seminars, right? We do
Yeah.
these performance seminars so that it really trains you to know exactly where to place the hands, right? And to also be in that performance mindset, playing the whole thing from beginning through to the end. Great, congratulations on performing the whole thing for the first time in performance seminar. Yeah, how did that feel for you?
Still like the same mistakes. I mean, I think I did a bit better on the front page, but then the
Mhm.
beginning of the B section, I think I like messed up slightly.
All right, let's go around. Janvi, did you notice that the B section it was a little bit tricky for Arush in the left hand? Some of these chords. Can you offer
Yeah.
him? Can you offer him some tips of how to improve so that he can get these under his fingers?
Um, First of all, like work on the chords by itself. Like when I need chords, I just do that like straight until I get it by muscle memory. and then you can do the right hand separately and then put it together. That's usually what I do.
Right. How should he practice it then? Just is it just one chord at a time, or is he practicing the
He can
because
do,
a lot
I
of
think,
we always talk about transitions, right?
yeah.
So what if he's struggling to get from here to here?
I think he'd have to like go like wait, let me see that note. So I guess is
Right?
this C? So it would go.
Yeah, so it's E G C in the left hand.
You should just go like that, I guess, until he like gets the hand of this, until it like becomes comfortable to play with muscle
Hmm.
memory, and then you can bring the right hand in and then do it together.
Right. I think that's a good tip that Janvi has there, Arush.
Yeah.
For all these chords here, just take them two at a time. I think it's one thing to know the chord, which is correct, but a lot of the battle is actually moving from one to the next, right? And so what you could do is just practice just the thumb, going from the C to the C sharp, C to the
Yeah.
C sharp, and then practice the G going to the A, finger three going to finger two, fingers three going to finger two. Then you put them together, right? So
Yeah.
really, you're just practicing that, right?
Yeah.
You're just practicing that shift. And then you do the same thing when you're shifting from here to here. And then from there to, yeah?
Yeah.
So start first with shifting the top notes, and then you can start bringing in the bottom notes. I think that will really help, yeah? I think in general, you've done a really great job in getting the rhythm for this piece sorted, right? Getting the rhythm and also getting the notes. This is all correct now, the C, E flat, F sharp. Exactly. What's the next step for you? Other than just correcting some of these notes, Arush, what's the next step to level up? For you
Dynamics.
to play this, yeah, dynamics, right? Dynamics and also really get into the character. Yeah, so don't just play staccato, but give it a feeling that it's sneaking or that it's creeping, right? Like
Yeah.
how would you describe the overall character of this piece?
I'd say that it's more like elegant, I guess. Like the like more melody in it.
Mm-hmm. All right, so that's one way. It's got melody and elegant. Janvi, how would you describe the character of this piece?
Very playful, like, and it's fast. It's not like, I mean, it's kind of in a waltz because it's in like threes,
Hmm.
but it's very playful. You can put legato, but I expect more staccato out of this piece and like
Yeah.
more forte than piano.
Right. So you see, this is what you can play around with as well, Arush. Maybe the middle section you can make this really what's the word? What's the word that you use? Elegant.
Yeah.
And then the top part could be what, like Janvi said, more playful.
Yeah.
So then you have these two contrasting characters in the music, and it makes it a lot more interesting for the listener, right? Then when you have your dynamics in there as well, it goes up to another level. One thing technical, hold these notes for the full beat. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, right?
Yeah.
So these one, are you aware that you rush these?
Yeah, I think I fixed it like at the last moment.
Right. Okay. Cool. So maybe your old habits just popped up today.
Yeah.
These ones. Okay. Otherwise, let's continue polishing it. It's pretty close to being able to play for an honors recital.
All
Yeah.
right.
Excellent. All right. Well, that brings us to the end, everybody. Arush, I'm going to assign you a new piece for CM, a new CM piece. Yeah. So we can keep charging forward. And then Janvi, you're okay just continuing to work on your pop piece and continuing to polish up motions in time.